Hey, YouTubers, if you're in the LA or Southern California area over the holidays, Liz, Grace, Christy, and I are talking about putting a meet and greet together and, of course, to talk about astrology. Right now, we just need indications of interest. So if you are going to be in the LA area December 29th in the afternoon and would like to connect, send me an email, funastrologypodcast@gmail.com, and we'll keep you informed of all the details. Well, we are here. Today is going to shape the next 2 decades of our life. It is, seriously. Hi, everybody. Thomas Miller. We are on Tuesday, November 19th, and this is the day, the afternoon, that Pluto enters Aquarius. Officially, I have it at 3:39 and 42 seconds in the town of Asheville. May we never forget. Please continue to pray for North Carolina. 3:39 this afternoon Eastern Time. People have been asking, is this the dawning of the age of Aquarius? Well, no, because every time that Saturn and Pluto have conjoined in Capricorn, which I've done extensive work walking that back, and I have a YouTube video on the YouTube channel, the Fun Astrology Podcast YouTube channel, right now for this week that explains everything on this in much more detail than we're going to do today. So for the detailed version with a visual, check out YouTube Fun Astrology Podcast. I think you'll be kind of left with a wow. But really, this Pluto moving into Aquarius has a companion, and I don't think a lot of people are putting the two together necessarily. But Saturn and Pluto conjoined in the sky in January of 2020. And in every case that happened in the past, which we can only go back 4 times because Pluto takes 250 years, 248, to go around the sun. So if we walk back a full 1,000 years, which is really about where you can pick up history of any significance, we have only 4 occurrences. But every time Saturn and Pluto come together, within about 5 years, 6 years, something like that, Pluto enters Aquarius. The lone exception was the 1770s, and then Saturn was over in Libra, so it was just Pluto in Capricorn. So really the big deal here is Pluto in Capricorn, because that does set up and stage this next move, which is happening today, when Pluto enters Aquarius for approximately 20 years. And if we go back to that last time, it was the 1770s, and then it moved in, I think, in 1777 and 1778, so like 8 years. But it was a time of revolution. The American Revolutionary War, the French Revolution, the Declaration of Independence. I mean, it doesn't get any more Aquarian than that, right? Hi, I'm an Aquarian. Let me read you my Declaration of Independence. I mean, that's just such a characteristic. Don't tell me what to do. And with that, what was going on through all of those occasions as well? The battle for authoritarian control. Go back to the 1300s. That followed the 1280s, basically, where Saturn and Pluto conjoined, and then Pluto moved into Aquarius. By the time we get up into the early 1300s, the 100 Years' War had begun. What was it? Well, almost a cousin to what's going on in the world right now. It was England trying to take over France, and France resisting. Authoritarian control versus get off my lawn. Guess who won? Yeah, get off my lawn. That seems to be another theme, too. The rebels always win. They've got more energy. Not only more energy, but better energy. So I laid out what all the issues are in the video. I'm going to let you watch that because I listed what to look for and then also what to look for from an investment perspective, because some of you will want to have your eyes and ears open for opportunities to make some money from the things upcoming. So not specifically to any company, but broadly, what categories or areas might you be just keeping an eye on over these next 2 decades? That's all in the video. Today, I thought maybe we would take a look at some of the more bones-type issues around this, and one of the first things that you see are so many aspects in the sky today. Boy, where did all of these come from? They just seem to pop up in the chart on this special day, and as typical of the 2 sides of every coin, I see about equal distribution of the challenging versus favorable aspects. I took the grid mode on Astro Gold and counted everything. Part of fortune, midheaven, ascendant, everything. What I came up with were 32 positive aspects, and I counted conjunctions as positive. except for in one case. Chiron was conjunct the ascendant, and I counted that as a negative. But trines, sextiles, and the rest of the conjunctions, those were 32. And then the challenging aspects, which were squares, oppositions, quincunxes, 150-degree, and the 165-degree quindecile, or quindecile. That was 25. So the positive favorables beat out the challenging by 7. And I would say that if you are conscious, those would probably be your similar odds in the grand macro scheme of things as well. But you owe it to yourself to find a chart with an aspect grid on it and just put the Ptolemaic aspects. If you put any more than that, you'll just look like a spaghetti blob right there in the middle of the chart. But just look at that from a standpoint of what's there from just the Ptolemaic perspective. Then if your software allows, you could turn off certain aspects. For example, you could turn off the squares and oppositions and just look at the favorable, and then maybe turn off the trines and look at the sextiles. That's really a cool view right there. The sextiles almost form this outer perimeter. I mean, it's sacred geometry in the middle of the chart today. But I think the thing that we have to keep in mind is, A, we are all still here. We have chosen to still be here. And I know we lost friends, family, and acquaintances during COVID. One of the things I've used to comfort myself is that they could probably help us greater on the other side. This could take a team to get through this. But yet you and I went through COVID, right? So there may be other things that we have to go through together that are not fun. That's part of this whole configuration. But as we show in the video, whenever we get to the other side of this, it is so much better than what we had before. So this isn't just about you and me. This is about our kids, our grandkids, future generations, all of that under the influence of what happens over these next 2 decades. So for the visuals, I put everything on a chart. I'll refer you to the YouTube video. Go to the Fun Astrology Podcast YouTube channel for that. That will give you all the details. And then we will convene and hold court back here again tomorrow to kind of unpack some more of this. Thanks so much for listening today. I love you. This is so foundational. It's just not even like words almost don't capture it. So just enjoy the experience. We won't forget this one. Have a good day, everybody. See you tomorrow.